All right, guys, this is the second part of our two-part video. I just moved on to the next page in the notes. And this part says sometimes we don't want to use principal values. And so there's a lot of times that we want to solve over a given interval. And in these problems, it says find all the answers between 0 and 2 pi. Just as a refresher, principal values means we have only one answer. But this problem says that I'm going to go from 0 to 2 pi, which means I can have multiple answers. All right, let's see. First problem says inverse sine of 1/2. So I think, okay, I can go all the way from 0 to 2 pi. I could go all the way around a full circle. Inverse sine of positive 1/2. The sign is positive in quadrant 1 and 2. You want to have your chart nearby. My reference angle is pi over 6. And so my answer to this problem in the first quadrant is pi over 6. And in the second quadrant is 5 pi over 6. Problem 2. I approach the same way. All the quadrants, all 4. Inverse tan of 1. The tan is positive in quadrant 1 and 3. My reference angle, look at your chart, pi over 4. So my answer in the first quadrant is pi over 4. In the third quadrant, 5 pi over 4. Go ahead and try number 3 on your own. Hopefully you're getting 5 pi over 6 and 7 pi over 6. Okay, number 4 is a special case. I can be in all the way around from 0 to 2 pi, but it's a special case, meaning it's on the axis. And I need to know where the x-coordinate, because cosine is the x-coordinate, is 0. And the x-coordinate is 0 straight up in the air, which is pi over 2, and straight down, which is 3 pi over 2. Please make sure you're listing it as 3 pi over 2, because the restrictions are 0 to 2 pi, which means all of my answers are positive. Okay, the next couple questions has a different set of directions. It says solve over the set of real numbers. So that means they don't restrict us at all. I still am going to think about all students take calculus, just to think about what quadrants I should be in. Positive 1/2 is in quadrant 1 and 2. My reference is pi over 6. So I am going to get pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6, just like I got up here. But because it could be in all real numbers, that means I could start here and I could land up at pi over 6. But what if I started here and I went the opposite way and I landed there? Would that count? What if I started here and did a full circle and still landed there? Would that count? What if I started here and I went around a gazillion times and landed there? Would that count? Yes. And so to account for all of those angles, there's an infinite amount of them. I put down the 2 that I know, and then I say plus or minus 2 pi, which is a full circle, n. N is just a constant, and that means I could go around any number of full circles, any number of 2 pi's. Okay, number 2, all students take calculus. The tangent is negative here and here. My reference is pi over 6. Okay, let's find our 2 angles. 5 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. But because it's on all real numbers, I have to add plus or minus 2 pi n. Okay, the last portion that we're going to do involves a calculator. So go ahead and take out your calculator. Or if you don't have one, please go grab one from the front of the room. Just make sure you put it back. To make this a little bit easier on us, we are going to put our calculator in degree mode. So if everybody could just hit mode, highlight degrees, press enter, and we're going to make sure all of our answers are angles in degrees, and we're going to go to 3 decimal places. Good news about your calculator. Your calculator automatically uses principal values. So your calculator will only have one answer. Problem 1. Before we touch the calculator, let's think about where our answer is going to be. Inverse tan. I could be in 1 or 4. This is a positive 5. I'm going to be in quadrant 1. And in degrees, my answer better be between 0 and 90 degrees. Let's see what the calculator does for us. In your calculator, hit the blue second key and then hit tan. And do you see how it gives you an inverse tan? And now just put in the number 5, and it should give you the angle of 78.690 degrees, which is in between 0 and 90. Okay, let's try number 2. Hit second cosine 7/8. I'm getting 28.955 degrees. Okay, skip number 3 for a minute. Let's go down to number 4. Let's think about this one. Inverse sine. I could be in 1 or 4. Because it's negative, I'm going to be in 4. But remember, with principal values, our answer had to be between negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2. Or in degrees, negative 90 and positive 90. Since we're in the 4th quadrant, our answer is going to be a negative angle. Hit second sine, negative 1/2. And your calculator should give you negative 30 degrees. Okay, the last 3 problems are reciprocal functions. Number 3 says cosecant, and we don't have a cosecant button, but I know that the reciprocal of cosecant is sine. So let's rewrite this problem as inverse sine, and then I'm allowed to flip this. This right here is a value, not an angle. Never allowed to flip an angle. But that value was negative 3, and if I flip it, I get negative 1/3. So if I type that into my calculator, I get negative 19.471 degrees. Go ahead and try number 5 and number 6, please. Make sure you rewrite both of them. Always round to 3 decimal places. Great job, guys. I know it's not fun watching these videos. I will be back next week. Your homework is homework number 2. Great job.